wherever and whenever you are, and welcome. Welcome to something shiny and new. We have a new adventure for you while Rhyme with the Frost Maiden is on the summer break, and we have new players. Only one of these people you have seen before regularly on this channel. There he is. There, I see you. One of them has been gracious enough to guest with us before. It is always a pleasure. Thank you very much. But I will let that all be introduced properly and everything going on before too long. Now, first and foremost, massive thank you to everyone joining us here out in the balmy ocean surrounding the peninsula of Chult, the verdant, threat-filled jungles of Chult. As we are not dealing with all of that. No, we're on the idyllic island paradise, the Snout of Omgar, which is just off the southern coast of Chult, and we are going to be exploring this island and finding out just what it has in store for these fantastic adventurers that you see right here. Thank you so much, everyone. It's good to have you here. Thank you for joining us. And those of you who are in the VOD squad catching up on things, it's always a pleasure to have you along for our adventures. Thank you for joining us when you can. Now, let me say a couple of thank yous before we meet all of these wonderful people. First and foremost, a huge thank you to the fabulous CZRPG, who is sponsoring this mini campaign and giving everyone the chance to win some of their fabulous works. One of you lucky people, will be getting the chance to win a copy of his brand new, released last weekend, not planned, it just came out that way, his brand new Encounters in Chult. Which is like, hey, have you got anything new coming out? He's like, yeah, I've got this thing about Chult. It's like, would you like to sponsor a thing just off the Chultan coast? Yes, I would. So that worked out rather nicely. Details there. Okay, yes, your chance to win a copy of Encounters in Chult from DM's Guild bestseller CZRPG, our wonderful friend over there in Brasilia. Do follow the channel if you are not already, and type in CZRPG once the the giveaway has started. Not quite started yet, so just a moment, please. Actually, what am I waiting for? Let's get that going. Start giveaway, please. Is it coming? Tick-tock, select lag. There it is. Entries are open. Please type in exclamation CZRPG for your chance to win this incredible Encounters in Chult. And patch right out the gates. Hey, Nordia, welcome. Good luck to all of you. I hope that you can enjoy this fabulous adventure supplement. Now, of course, usable in many other situations as well, not just in your Chultan, if you're playing Tomb of Annihilation, or any other time as well. It is a wonderful supplement. Now, that said, let us continue thanking some wonderful people, sponsors of our previous one-shot. A huge thank you and hello to Vicky in chat, and thank you for the subscription before we went live. To the fantastic Sirenscape, all of the music and sound effects and everything that you need to add so much more to your games. They are fresh from providing all of the live audio for, yes, probably some of that face from Ben, the live audio for D&D Live last weekend, or just over this weekend, as the creative director, Ben, was in charge of doing that, producing sound for all of those wonderful people. And you should head over there and you can try them out for free. And as you fall in love with them, then you can decide to become a Super Siren and get yourself a subscription. And then you can experience all of the wonderful sounds and things that they have on offer. Now, speaking of wonderful sounds, Sirenscape is our major source, but we have a couple of others. I do recommend that you head on over to Dark Fantasy Studio, Travis Savoy, and Epic Journey over on YouTube. Check out any of our VODs on the YouTube channel, and you can find the links for that, as well as the Patreon of Will Savino, another source of incredible music for your games. I pronounced the name in a kind of Japanese way, sorry. Noria Riku. Yokoso. All right. Okay, so yes, thank you everybody. Thank you so much for joining us here. Now, that's saying hello and thank you to all of you lots. Let me say hello and thank you to all of this lot going around the overlay anti-clockwise from myself up here in the corner. Ladies first. AJ Winters. Welcome
Hi.
back to the channel. It's lovely to have you again. Who are
Thanks for
you?
having me.
Who are you playing? And why are they headed to the Snout of Omgar?
My name is AJ Winters, and I am playing Koa Venna today, who is a Kalashtar barbarian who was banished from her homelands due to the fact that she had a rather vengeful and angry spirit inside of her. And she's been hiding out on this island so that she doesn't have to interact with pesky mortals, basically.
Those pesky mortals. All right.
Pesky mortals.
Yes, Marin, another Kalashtar. another one breaking the multiverse. Okay, thank you. Moving on round, Waku. Who are you? Who are you playing, and why are they headed towards this little island paradise?
Hello, I am Josh, who you may know as either Firemaw or Toln on normal Tuesdays. However, today I am playing Waku. Now, Waku is a great and powerful warlock. Yes, all of his spells he learned himself, yes. So, his undead patron, he found a special tool. Anyway, he wants more treasure. And the man in the staff, he says there is treasure here. So, I'm very excited. More treasure. Yes.
Thank you. Moving across the screen, Shadov, eh? Shadov? I forget. Please,
Yes.
teach me. How is it pronounced? And who are you? Who are you playing, and why are they headed to this little island?
All right. My name is Chase. I'll be playing a newer race, Lauren Drow.
Yes.
Yes, Shadow.
Shadov.
I left my starting city, Sekalo, and I was just bored, I guess, a restless youngin. Got caught up in some stuff, was saved by my mentor, Paladin, from my own people who sent assassins. And ever since then, I've been training as a Paladin until I got a vision from my god, Bast, who has tasked me with something in the general direction of the Snout. So I'll be finding out more as it's revealed to me during the journey.
Indeed. Thank you. Okay, so yes, Shadov is one of the new drow races that Wizards of the Coast recently revealed. This one being the Lauren drow, the ones from the jungles far to the south. And there is another group that went up into the frozen north, even further north than Icewind Dale. And those are the group of drow that, the groups of drow, who decided not to follow Lolth down into the Underdark. Many would say the wise option. And we have one of them in our game for the first time, and I'm excited to see. Speaking of the first time, it is Chase's first time playing D&D, so we were very happy to introduce you to this little hobby of ours. And moving on across, another new face to the channel here, our good friend of a friend. You all know Emma, of course, from some of our other games. Very happy that she introduced us to Wonder. Please.
Hi, I'm Aelin. I will be playing Wander, the Fearbold Grave Cleric, who travels around to perform funeral rites for those in need, and maybe has heard that one of the Elder Tortle is might be in need. Also, there's a plethora of cool flora and fauna abundant in Omgar and Schultz and other lands there.
Indeed. Yes. So. Okay. So, yes, that is going on over there. Now, last but certainly not least, not new to D&D, but new to 5th edition, and I'm very happy to finally have the chance to play together. We've been talking about it in the background for some time. Andy, Kidash, please.
Yes, thank you for the invite, and thank you for letting everyone play together. I've been really looking forward to it. Most of my D&D experience comes from, I started on 2nd edition, and then a few years ago I was playing 4th edition, so this is a first for a lot of the online setting, and 5th edition stuff is new to me. and I'm be playing the token turtle, druid of the group. Yeah, I'm really interested in this new setting, and my character Kidash, he was actually not raised on the island here, but he was raised by a group of halflings off the island, and now he's ventured all around on the coastal areas there, but he's feeling himself drawn back with the nature and the raw power of his homeland. So he's looking forward to kind of exploring that and what adventures and powers await us on the Snout.
Indeed. Thank you. All right. Now, let me just do this. So I'm just fiddling with levels and things, new things here. How's that sounding, everyone? If there's any trouble, I am keeping an eye on chat. If there's any trouble with levels and the like, do let me know. All right. Now, Wak, Shadov, Wanda, and Kidash. You, through various sources and routes, found yourselves meeting up in the vibrant, bustling city of Port Nyanzaru, up on the tip of the Chiltern Peninsula, a thoroughfare for adventurers heading off into the jungle, a wonderful place so where you can experience the unique and exciting sport of dinosaur racing as they go charging through the streets. But after spending time there, that was not your ultimate goal, and all of you found your way to the docks, and you found your way onto a ship that was heading round the south coast of the Chiltern Peninsula, heading off down to the south further, trading its wares, and they agreed to make a brief stop on the total island of the Snout of Omgar and deliver you to that destination that you are seeking to visit. The voyage was relatively uneventful, short and sweet. The weather seemed very nice, no kraken to deal with, and you find yourselves, much as we see here, except not looking out of the jungles on the mainland of Chult as the island, but looking from the deck of your ship out towards the island there, sat in these beautiful, beautiful azure waters. And as you grow closer, you can see the circular walls, but no rooftops, as you've heard that all of these turtles prefer to be sleeping in the open. You see the rounded walls of the main habitation of the turtles here on the island. The village, you were delighted to hear, named Ahoy Hoy. As you make your way towards that part of the island, the ship cannot get too close. They have to anchor off the side, but their crew drop the rowboats and will ferry you over to the beach so that you can make landing and head towards the village. Is there anything you would like to say to each other as we arrive within sight of the island and the boats are being prepared? Anybody? Waku, what are your thoughts on seeing this first sight of this land that you've been directed towards?
Waku nods his head excitedly. Yes. Good treasure.
It does look very inviting. Deep jungles.
He looks over at all of his people all the people that are getting off on the boat with him. And, yes. Ooh, good treasure. Oh. And he takes a look at Kidesh.
Oh yeah, I'm really excited to be here and to meet up with some fellow turtles. But what I really want to find is, are there any shrines or anything to Sylvanus, the god that I worship?
Oh.
I want to, get my daily prayers out of the way as soon as we can and find my bearing.
You too, Sylvanus.
Oh.
Yes.
Yes, we have
Are
a
you
shared.
interested in finding out what connection Sylvanus has with the island here?
Yes.
Shadov, you gods sent you visions of this place. What did these visions tell you?
They tell me that great danger lies somewhere not too far, and that I should be wary, but that I should trust some new compatriots I may meet.
Yes. Danger.
Yes.
Danger lurks somewhere nearby.
Danger.
And it's got a knife.
It's got a knife.
As you guys go off about Sylvanus, you see Waku. He just like nods his head. Yes, Sylvanus. And he's got those eyes when somebody like obviously has no idea what you're talking about and is just agreeing with you.
Hey, Aftermath. Okay, so with a sploosh, the large rowboats are dropped into the water, and the captain, after already securing payments back at the port, he wasn't going to bring you all the way here and have you dive over the side and swim off. He is happily waving you off and wishing you all the best as you enter into this new adventure. And you clamber down the sides onto the rowboats and start to paddle across the water. Corvina, what are you doing at this time?
I think Koa is skinning her fish that she's caught on the beach when she sees a bunch of new civilized people rock up.
Are you... You're located a little way away from Ahoy Hoy, right?
Yes, yeah.
Yeah, so you can't miss the huge ship dropping anchor and the rowboats making their way across towards... Of course, they're heading towards the village, not in your direction.
I avoid eye contact.
That's right. Plenty of distance involved still at the moment, so you're okay. Okay, so everyone, as you are quickly ferried over to the beach, let me bring you to this lovely little... I'm trying to think here. Do we go island map or town map? I think the village. Here it is. Boop. Sorry, everyone. Let me just get that Roll20 view sorted for you. Super close up. Actually, I suppose I could keep it. Oh, I love this map. It's so colourful. There you are. Okay. Now, everyone, I need to sort some tokens here. That's what I knew I was going to forget to do something. Who has control of their tokens already? I think, Chase, you do, don't you? You see yourselves? Everyone is down here. Shoop. Let me get our other ones sorted here. Waku. Oh yeah. Here's me trying to do it on the player view. I can't do it on the player view. That makes sense. I need to do it on my view, don't I? Where are we? Waku! Here we go. Excuse me, everyone. Excuse me. Quickly sort this out here. There we go. And there we go. How's that, Josh? Should be all yours now. And
I got nothing on Waku there.
there you go.
Yeah, I got no control of it.
Oh, okay. Hang on, everybody. Sorry, 2 seconds.
I just brought another one on, just delete it.
Nice. Bye. Okay, And also Kidash. Let me give control. Oh no, you already have control. You should have control of that over it. Is that okay, Andy? Yep, excellent. Okay. And I'll bring Corvina here, just to let you get control. Where are you at? There. Boom. 1 and 2. Thank you for bearing with us, everyone. Oop. All right, I put you next to them. How's that? Can you move that? Yay! It runs away. Immediately runs away. People.
I'm like on the other side. Of
Thank you for the
feed.
follow. Yeah, see ya. You can just lurk there from afar. Okay, I think that's everyone, right? So, there you go. You have landed there. The sailors wave you off and bid you farewell. And all the best in your journeys and adventures here. And you are here. You can make your way, there's that little way up there. You can make your way up to the main gates that are to the north. So, please. The map is yours.
Excuse me. Waku, excitedly, half dancingly, runs up these stairs.
Go, go,
Oh,
go.
yes, yes. Oh.
All right.
Are
So-
there any other portals watching us as we?
Yeah, actually, I would quickly describe that to you. One thing you notice, Kidash, and I think you'd heard of this in your talk of, and you're kind of looking into what's going on around here and things. You do see those are all total shells that are around the edge of the wall, the remembrance of the forebears that have gone before us. And let's change the music up here a little bit. Da-da-da. Okay. So, all of the sounds of a small but bustling village reach your ears as you start to walk closer. You can hear some kind of industry and things going on behind the walls as you make your way over to those doorways there. And you, let me quickly grab, as we have official descriptions here, so let me give that to you. As you make your way up to those double doors in the wall. And oop, there we are. You see, rising up out of the beach and between the sand and the jungle behind it, a multi-tiered fort that stands at the water's edge. Its sturdy stone walls adorned with these large tortoise shells. The trail leading to the fort ends at a wooden double door. 2 guards stand watch atop the wall east of the gate. They look like overgrown bipedal turtles, much like your friend Kidash here, and they are armed with crossbows. Outside the gate is the beach where you have just landed, and you can see the wide-bottomed fishing boats that are also there for use by the locals. And you make your way over towards those walls, and the people, they were back a little ways. There's a walkway, if you can see, just to the south of you here. There's a walkway that goes around. Hey, CG, welcome on in. Everyone, say a big hello to CG RPG, I can't talk, the sponsor of our lovely giveaway and for this lovely little series. So good to have you here, CZ. And yes, they kind of look down at you, and they don't challenge you or like hive the crossbows threateningly or anything like that. They just kind of look curiously as you walk by, and they kind of just nod to each other. They're fairly, in your various travels and things, this is probably the chillest guards you've ever come across. And you make your way up to the doors.
Oh, I like them. Usually, the guards say, "Sorry, no kobolds." They're nice.
Good start. Good start.
I'll talk to them and greetings, fellow turtles. My adventurers and I are just arrived on the island, and we're searching for. I'm searching for a place to a temple or a shrine. Which gods do you worship here?
One turns to the other. Who was it this week? I think Tempest? No, that was last month. Come in, find out. You'll see. They can just like wave you towards the doors.
Okay, thank you. Come on in, guys.
So yeah, you'll make your way inside there, and as you do, you can just go through there. That's fine. As immediately on your left, as you go through, you see this large kind of living area, this open to the sky, with a couple of fires smoking away, and various mats laid out on the ground there. It's mostly sand here, but they just come here to sleep on these woven mats that you can see there, or sit under those awnings there. You can see quite a few turtles of various ages sat underneath the awnings, the colourful awnings, around the outside of the wall there. And there's that massive central basin that collects rainwater for everyone to drink from. And they just kind of hang out there and socialise with each other. So there's a few turtles knocking around there. Shadov, what you doing?
I cautiously approach the basin of water, look around the spectacular sights, and wonder, what could Bass have in store for me here?
One of the older turtles just kind of just waves like please help yourself.
All right. I approach the turtle cautiously and ask him, has he any knowledge of temples in service to Bast?
Bast. I've never heard that name. Maybe.
I thank him kindly.
We do not venture far from the beach. It is told that there are ruined temples further inland. Maybe one of those? Tell me if it's an interesting one, I might give it a go.
Oh, ruined temples. Yes. Yes.
Oh. Hello.
Oh, hello.
What are you?
I'm a great and powerful spellcaster. And Waku does something with his hands, and he sits up. I am a great and powerful spellcaster. He's cast thaumaturgy and made his voice very deep.
Oh, that's a nice trick. That's a nice trick. Well, you're welcome here, great and powerful spellcaster. Reminds me of the tales. It reminds me of the tales of that shipwreck long ago.
Oh, a shipwreck long ago with treasure.
Oh, it's been picked clean. I don't know. Some of the shipwrecks do jut out of the water a bit more at low tide if you want to go and try your luck then, but all the easy pickings have been taken. You're not the first adventurers through here.
Okay. Okay.
Wander does actually raise his hand before he starts to speak. It's like, why are all your temples in ruins?
No, we have no use for them.
Oh, okay.
The main power in our lives is the ocean. And it's right there.
Yeah, that's fair.
Don't get me wrong, if you wish to worship at temples and erect structures wherever you like. It's like the other one. The lady that came through a while ago. She built herself a little spot down the beach. And you see him slowly crane his neck forward out of his shell. on his long, leathery neck, and like blearily kind of like blink his eyes at you and get a closer look. Then there were 5. Oh, okay. Interesting times. Bear with me. The shell gets heavier. And he struggles to his feet where he was like sat on the mat, like to the north there, next to where Shadow is standing. And stands up and leans on this gnarled driftwood walking stick that he's got, and walks over.
Can Wander have offered assistance during this?
No, thank you. What's the name?
Oh, I am called Wander.
Wonder. A life without wonder is not one to be lived, to be sure. And he introduces himself as... Sorry, 2 seconds. Ta-da. Here. Okay, yes. He introduces himself as Gessa. Gessa's the name. Glad I got to meet you. I didn't think I was gonna get the chance.
Are you the elder around these parts?
One of them. Certainly. The eldest of the elders. Not long for this beach, I'm afraid. But it's okay. I raised my little ones good. Some of the last ones to be raised here. Before we stopped allowing the egg layers to come on by. I guess they'll be allowed back soon. You, young'un. Sorry, Shadow, please. Yeah.
Shadow wonders, can Gessa tell us more about this mysterious stranger?
Oh, it's best to find for yourselves. I'm not going anywhere in a hurry. Unless it's to wherever. Whichever of those gods I fleetingly dallied with decides they want this old thing knocking around.
Oh,
You see, down the way there, you see that smudge on the horizon down the beach? That's her spot. Ko is she, her too, right? AJ? Yeah.
Oh, well, let's go.
If you'd like. Announce yourself.
One more question for Gessa.
Yes, Kidash.
How long has it been since the last batch of eggs were laid on the island, and why did people stop breeding, laying eggs?
Oh. How long's it been now? Quite some time. No, I was trying to find it a secret. How many years did you say it was, Kidash? 25, was it? Yes.
Yeah, I mean, I'm 25, and I was raised off the island. This is actually my first time back here, so.
I thought you were one of the last batch coming to say hello.
Well.
That's when we had our last batch hatch as well.
Well, are there any other of
those
my
that
generation?
survived anyway?
Are there any other of my generation on the island?
Oh no, they've all gone off wandering as we like to do. Oh, the stories I could tell if you had. Well, if I had the time. Oh. Now. Yes, well, I'm glad your hatchery wasn't hit like ours was. There was only a couple of survivors from that year. One of the reasons we made it our last. And to answer your question, it was our last because we knew that you were coming. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then he points far off down the beach. 5. Turbulent times. Not the kind to be raising little ones.
Yes, they knew the great and powerful Waku was coming. The prophecies, yes.
More like fireside stories. But call them what you will. I think you should go and see this other one. You are supposed to be a group.
Waku looks at the group.
Head off.
Oh, okay, let's
to
go.
Find this mysterious 5th member.
Yeah. Okay, so yeah, you head back out to the living area, and there's a couple of turtles moving by. As I said, there's no particularly young ones. There's like middle-aged, same kind of looking age as Kadash, and older at the moment, and they are kind of moving around. Any that pass you on the way, just wave in a friendly manner. Very interested to see new people, and all of you head off down, out through those double doors once more. The guys up on the parapet, one of them says, I think it was Tempest. I said, no, that's what you said before. Oh, no. Sorry. They still don't remember who the god was. And you, head off down that road. Now, that road does continue down the coast. It does follow the line of the beach and does go in the direction. Not all the way, so you may as well. You can chill out there. It's okay. We can go theatre of the mind for this little bit here as we run out of map. But you do head off. Shadov has wings. As the crow flies, as the gull flies, yes, you make your way down this hard-packed sand and dirt road with little tufts of that that really coarse grass that grows just on the back of beaches, here and there, before it gives way rather rapidly to the tangled, dark greens and almost threatening darkness of the jungle that's on the interior of this island, and as you make your way down the beach, swimming into view, we see a structure. Koa, would you like to describe this structure for us?
You see, sort of on the edge of the shoreline where the beach meets the forest, this makeshift hut that is made out of like an old shipwreck. So there's the front of the ship with the lady on the front is the front of the house that is tucked up against all the trees, and it's also been decorated with like shells that have been either smashed or like roped together to create like a mosaic around the outside.
Awesome. And is Koa still outside on the beach?
Koa is still outside. She's skinning fish very swiftly.
Mm-hmm. So, the four of you making your way down the beach, notice this figure. What do they say? What do you look like, Koa?
Koa is a 6'2" woman with dark green hair, incredibly strong looking, wearing sort of these scraps of silks and leathers that have been bound together. Not really any armor or anything like that, but is carrying some axes and a great axe on her back and skinning the fish with a rather fun looking dagger.
All right. Now, vice versa, what does Koavena see? We have descriptions of who you are, but not what you look like. Waku.
Waku, in stark contrast, is very short, even for a kobold. With red scales, he on his head he wears some sort of skull with a red crystal right above the eyes, and he walks forth holding this staff, that almost sickly looking staff that's wrapped in these ancient linens with some sort of crystal at the top of the staff that looks uncomfortable to look at. It gives off these very sickly, very malicious feelings, in stark contrast to Waku himself.
Fantastic. Okay. Shadov.
All right, so Shadov is like most drow or dark elves. Drow. Dark-skinned, yes, but
Well, no,
unlike the dark elves.
Yeah, the Uda Drow are very, very pale skinned, from their life underground. But your group of Drow living on the surface in the jungle is very different.
Yeah, dark hair, dark skin, and clad in paladin armor, adorned with images of Bast.
Probably looking quite uncomfortable.
Very uncomfortable. The ride over here was very sweaty. But I kept the cloak and shoes of my people, for they are better suited for traversal. I notice Kovina also looks warriorish, so I'm a little hesitant, but respectful.
Indeed. Okay, Wanda, please.
So Wander is kind of small for a furbolg, as he is 7'2".
Oh, so small.
With kind of curly hair that kind of tufts out over his kind of sheep-like ears, glasses, freckles, kind of like a mossy, gray-green skin. Kind of covered in patchwork stuff, with a set of panpipes with a little reliquary of grave dirt hanging off of them.
Thank you. And last but not least, Kidash.
Kidash is a turtle, like a giant turtle. Even for a turtle, he's quite large, about 6 foot. But most of his bulk is made up of his shell. I think his weight is about 400 pounds. It's quite heavy and big, but still
He's a big boy.
agile. A druid carries a spear and also has a crown of daffodils on his head with some ill-fitting leather armor.
Just want to reinforce here. We've got 6 foot, 6 foot, 7 foot, and then Waku is 2 foot.
just constantly straining your neck up to look at everyone. Like all my poor students in Japan here.
How much does Waku weigh? I'm happy for him to ride on my shell.
You know what? He probably could. I don't know how much kobold weigh off the top of my head, but
I'm official DM okay for that.
Yeah. He weighs about 35 pounds.
Yeah, climb on up. That's like 10% of my weight.
Yeah, he'll just clamber on up. Ooh, it's tall up here.
Much better.
This is nice.
All right. Okay. Unless otherwise stated, I'll assume that's where Waku is. At all times. Okay. Thank you. Little wizard turret on your back, Kidash. Engage, Kobold. Okay. Now. I saw Scrappy was in chat before. Scrappy, thank you for that mention on the Discord. That was those miniatures were awesome. Okay, so I just reminded myself of that. Now, Corvina. Shadov. I did not want to interrupt people's descriptions of themselves, but there is something that you should note to each other. Shadov. Corvina has a cloak on as well, and it's a Lauren Drow cloak.
How
And
curious.
the last time you saw people wearing cloaks like that, it was to aid in stealth, because they were being worn by the assassins that chased you on the mainland those years ago. Corvina, Shadov is wearing
recognize
very similar boots and a cloak to those two interlopers that you interrupted not too long ago. And the picture that you found is Shadov. And the image of the cat in the boundaries of that picture is on this paladin's armor's pauldrons.
Okay.
So
Alright.
bear that in mind, if you would.
Koa looks up from skinning the fish and sees these four. Whatever it is you're selling, I'm not buying. You look familiar. Have we met?
I don't believe so. But I must wonder, where did you come by your garments?
What a strange question to ask a woman. Do you mean my leather, the silk, the cloak?
Your cloak is particularly interesting, I find.
Oh. Yes, well, I killed 2 men, elves, whatever, that were trying to sneak up on me.
I see. Where did you find these elves and why were they trying to kill you?
Do not know exactly. I came back for my hunt and unfortunate. No, I cannot say that to them. Shush, you're making me seem like a crazy person. I was hunting. I was angry. They were in my house. End of story.
Sounds just to me. How did you come to this land?
That is for me to know and you to find out. Why are you at my house?
I came here on a mission from my god, Bast. I know not yet what I should do, but I'm hoping to find some answers.
A noble one. Yes, you with the hand up.
Anytime Wander is actually raising his hand. You said to that's for you. Anyways, he was asking, so I assume he was trying to find out. So,
Yes, and I did not tell him. You all seem, I don't know, on a mission, looking for something.
Treasure? Yes.
Treasure. Interesting. That is new. Look, I'm not going to help you, whatever it is you say. I know the turtles have some sort of prophecy, but I am not interested, okay? I am not the right No, shut up. Shut up. I am not the right company to keep, okay? You seem innocent and weak. She brushes past them, like bumping one of their shoulders as she goes to her hut.
Can we see who Corvina was talking to on the side there?
Nobody's apparently there, no.
Waku hears the word weak, and stands up on Kadash's shoulders and twirls his staff in the air, and the ground starts to rumble with a small tremor. And his voice deepens. I am Waku, the great and powerful sorcerer. I am not weak. The prophecy says you shall help us.
Koa turns around. Interesting. A powerful spellcaster who's after treasure.
Yes.
What is it you want me to do? Fight your battles for you?
He looks at the group. Help find treasure. I think they want God stuff, but I don't care about that.
Do you have?
How long does this earthquake go?
1 minute. It is a harmless tremor. Mechanically.
Perfect. What about you, Total? You're new.
We're speaking with old Gessa up in the town, up the coast, and I'm searching for any local. They seem to have abandoned all their gods. I'm searching for a local temple or a shrine to see what's happened to the magic and the belief in this land. Do you know of any temples or shrines in this area?
DM, do I know of any temples? Or I would have gone hunting, so have I come across
Definitely.
some interesting things?
The main, excuse me, where are we at here? The main ones that you've heard of, I mean, there are a few kind of ruined structures like in the interior. The main things you've heard of are Dangwaru, which is the Typhoon Palace, which is to the south, which you were warned away from. And there are lots of dangerous, shadowy creatures that lurk in there. Sometimes young turtles would challenge each other to enter into the ruins on a dare, but they would quickly come running out, scared away by noises or monsters that they found within. And you also heard up in the mountains, almost due east, a little to the south of Ahoy Hoy, there is an old pyramid-type temple, which you do not know the roots of, but most recently it was used by Yuan Ti, the snake-like people, and it is called the Shrine of Fangs.
Okay.
Those are the two main structures that you know of, apart from Ahoy Hoy. And there is a massive statue on the northern tip of the island where the shipwreck happened, which is a massive historical event in their culture, in their lands here, because that's what led to them building the Typhoon Palace, as they built it for the people they rescued from that shipwreck.
I have heard stories of certain temples in the area, but I do not know much about them. There is a pyramid to the east, and a statue on the coast, and a haunted temple. The turtles don't like going there. Not the
Shadov,
shadowy creatures.
the pyramid sounds most promising. That certainly sounds like something that Bast would be connected with. Everyone, Bast is the D&D version of Bastet. Sorry, that's that, Kadesh?
Pyramids sound like treasure. Shall we head off that way?
Yeah, Waku's already halfway there.
Yes. We shall go. And then, like, halfway through saying the sentence, his spell wears, let's go!
Shadov turns to Koavena and requests, we know not the way to these pyramids. Could you spare us a moment to guide us?
She sheathes her dagger. Okay. Look, I will come with, but only because I think you're all going to get killed, or hurt yourselves, or fall in the sinking sand or something. You look too innocent to run around the forest by yourself. Jungle, what is it called? What is human speak for trees? No, that's not the word. No. It makes no sense. Shut up. Jungle? Was I right?
Yes.
Okay, from your blank expressions, let's go.
Okay. Thank you.
Should we ask her name?
I
Or
am
should
Koa.
have asked her name. Okay. All right. And who are you speaking to, Koa?
My people are blessed with spirits that coexist within them. I am not so fortunate. I have a rather feisty one named Venna. In my culture, my name would be Koa Venna, but I prefer to ignore that little thing in my head. So Koa is fine.
You can't
All right.
ignore me. I am here. I am with you. You have brought me to this place. This new hunting grounds.
Only Koa hears that.
So, let's go.
Waku leans over to Kadash. I think that went quite well.
Little voice in your ear, Kadash.
Yeah. I'm want to see this temple and see what happened, and I'm sure we can find a little treasure for you, my friend.
You're speaking my language. Do you know Draconic? I don't know.
No, sorry.
Sorry. Then just the expression, not literally.
And Andy probably does quite well. Kadash, I don't know. Have you heard Andy? Draconic in our world is Japanese.
結構喋るよ。はい、大丈夫です。
もうドラコニックは喋るよ。Okay. Cheers, Noria. Alright. Now, Wanda. Poor old Gesser was looking like they might not be around too much longer. You're not sure if an expedition into the jungle and back would be well timed right now. As Soundscapes goes dramatic.
Would it be?
Can I suggest to the group that we go back and visit Gesser and see if he has any more information about the pyramid?
Koa, you two. Sorry, Shadov. Koa, you two. I think when you first arrived on the island, people, like in the village up in Ahoy Hoy, were kind of curious, and they encouraged you to stick around because they were curious. You heard talk of people wondering if you were one of the five.
We can ask questions of the village. They're quite nice people. It's very hard to say no to them.
And their
Yes?
elder seems to be what is the expression, on their last leg? Best to get
Yeah.
their wishes before traveling out.
Very close to death. Sad time for people who believe in death. Okay.
So yes, you start making your way away from this delightful shipwreck of a house and back towards the village of Ahoy Hoy. Now, You quickly make your way up. Koa wasn't living too far away, and you arrive back at the town gates. Koa, you've got your token okay there? Now, as you arrive back at the village here, you see it's changed a little bit whilst you were away talking with Koa. There are more of the turtles around, and they've stopped doing whatever they were doing before. They were like doing various crafting jobs, and bringing in the day's catch of fish. You heard the sounds of a blacksmith off in the distance somewhere in parts of the village, and they were generally bustling around and being busy little turtles. But when you get back this time, there's a bunch of them up on that walkway where those two guards were first, like looking over, like craning those necks over, trying to look down and see all of you as you approach. And then as you open those doors, actually as you arrive, those doors are standing open, and there are more turtles, lining the interior of that open space where Kidash is standing there. And they gesture for you to go through the living area that you went through before and make your way around and up to... so you make your way, if you go through to the western side, follow Kidash there. And if you make your way around there, you see... I'll explain what you're seeing here as we're making our way through this spot here. That first area that you go after you leave the main living area is more of a kind of storage spot here. Fishing gear, other supplies are all stored here in crates and barrels. There's lots of long wooden rods resting up against props in the wall to what they use for catching the fish. And you can see this massive polished metal star attached to a wooden post here, which is used to reflect sunlight and moonlight. And they also use that star to reflect light out and flash a warning to fishing boats if there's ever an attack on the fort from the interior, the dangerous interior. And the turtles gestured for you to head up those stairs to the north, that extra set of stairs there. As you make your way up through these white walls and more of those turtle shells adorning this, you see large leaves, large fronds from the jungle covering the entranceway up steps into what seems to be some kind of amphitheater. And as you go up there are yet more turtles inside here, and sat in pride of place, you see Gessa once more, who've made their way up here. And of note, as you make your way up into that area, you see that this is a kind of open space which they've used for sharing stories, for all of the turtles to come together and tell their tales to each other. And as you make your way up into that part of the village, you go kind of wide-eyed as you see on the walls that, whilst not reaching over into a roof, they do jut up somewhat on the sides to shelter from the wind and spray of the ocean just on the other side, which you can hear crashing against the rocks below this tallest part of the fort. And you see frescoes on the walls, carved, decorated with shells, other things that have washed up on the beach. But you see 4 very tall figures and 1 very short figure depicted in these scenes. And there is more than a passing resemblance to the 5 of you.
Well, that is creepy.
And Gessa just like spreads his wrinkly arms wide. Yeah, this is like I said, a time we've been waiting for.
How could they have known we would come?
It was passed down in stories and tales from generation to generation. I'm glad I get to tell it to you directly before I go for one last swim.
Do we get fed while you tell the story, or do we just sit down?
Of course. Of course. And he gestures, and some of the totals go off to prepare something. Please, take a seat. Get comfortable. So, there are tales. Kidash, you will know. We are all about journeying. All about roving here and there. But there is the greatest tale that we have shared here in Hoi Hoi for the longest time. There is a reason we call it the Snout of Omgar. It is told. It is just that. Merely the snout. It is told that there's a vast creature, a vast turtle called Omgar, trapped here, caught whilst at rest, slumbering off the coast of Chult. And that five would come and release them once more, that they may go wandering again.
Are we to save these people? Kadash, do you know anything?
I have spent my whole life wandering, searching for purpose, but now that I'm back here and I hear this story, and I will do everything in my power to bring forth the full potential of Omgar, and I hope that you'll join me to fulfill this prophecy.
Splendid. It is you five, then. I was worried it was another five. The likeness is possible, I guess, but good news, good news.
So we go on the magical quest.
As long as it doesn't interfere with Bass' task, I have no qualm.
Maybe.
Yes, what can you tell us of the pyramid to the east?
The fangs. That was an ancient structure taken over by Yuan-Ti. Nasty,
snake creatures. I've met some nice ones. There are a couple of nice snakes, chatty little fellas. They'll try to warn you away from the place. But you can certainly ignore them.
Absolutely, Marin. Absolutely.
Snake people. Oh, good treasure. Good
Most-
treasure, I think.
Some of them are evil, some of them are just batshit crazy.
I'm used to both. Okay, let's go.
Oh, but the food has just arrived.
Oh,
What is it, young one?
And Kidashi, this one is like much older than you.
What's my last meal to be?
And one of the turtles comes over and is like,
It's brined shrimp, Gissa. Your favorite. And we got those yams from the jungle's edge. And the green onions.
and Gesser just slowly broadens into a total smile.
That will do nicely. A good feed to go out on. But mind your manners. I might be about to pop my shell, but yeah, we have guests. We have prophesized guests.
And the turtles do almost reverentially deal out this meal. You see these, much like AJ's, like halved empty coconut shells being used as bowls and plates. Large banana leaves stretched out with the vegetables on. And the turtles, after you've helped yourselves, jump in as well.
Waku, of course, eats a little bit of it, and then Shadov, you get a whisper in your ear. It's kind of embarrassing, but I can't eat all of this. Do you want some?
Well, don't mind if I do.
Yeah, and it's just Shadov with a message.
Thank you, Waku. I appreciate your kindness now and on our journey here.
More treasure for me.
Is that how it works? Okay. Anyway, sorry. Everyone, remiss of me to say, for not saying sorry, but you will notice, speaking of treasure, thank you, Aku, for the seamless transition. There are a couple of sparkly things slowly spinning in the top right of our screen there. If you have an amount of dream pies, our channel points, saved up, if you have visited us before, no players are allowed, sneaky. No players are allowed. But if you have dream pies going spare and you would like to to gift inspiration to any of our adventurers here, you can do so, and they will get advantage on a roll of their choice. Or, also, you can gift disadvantage as well. Waku, out of the gate. Thank you, Patch. And Vicky to Koa. Thank you, Vicky.
Oh, thank you.
And thank you for the
Good,
follows as
inspiring
well.
treasure.
Thank you, Gwen. And we got one before as well. Thank you for that. Sorry, I was focusing on something else at the time. Excuse me. That's one for Koa, one for Waku, one for Kidash. Thank you. Air Genesi, thank you. Good to see you. All right, thank you. And Marin, my dude Shavov. Thank you. Yes, Marin and Chase were here in Iwaki at the same time. Okay. Thank you. Make sure. We're going okay, we're okay. Brink. Oh, thank you, Agency. Oh, you're too generous. Thank you so much. Absolute pleasure to have you here. All right. Okay. Oh, and Patch. Okay, yes, thank you. One for Wonder as well. There you go. Look at that. Full sets. Oh, 30? I don't know. Do we know how to... Someone, AJ?
Omi.
Omi, thank you. That's better.
Omi's easy.
Yep, much easier. Thank you. Okay, thank you, Omi. Very generous. All right. Look at them. About to head off into the jungle, but at least with inspiration under their belts. Ninja Jedi 85. I'm sorry. Rest in peace, the other 84. Well, come on in. No problem, no problem. Thank you very much for sticking around. Pleasure to have you. All right, so everybody. Cheers on me. Okay, now as you are enjoying this meal, you see. Now, Wanda, you take particular notice here because this is one of the main reasons you came here. You see the Turtles quickly eating through their meal, like going through it much faster than you would assume these relaxed, chill creatures would. And they, as each of them finish, they clear away their various bowls and things to the side, and you see them all slowly gathering around Gissa.
Does this all seem unusual to me as a turtle, not having experienced this before?
As a turtle raised away from turtle communities, yeah, you're not sure what's happening. Although, I mean, you can, even without a roll, you can insight that, as Gesser has said, he is not long for this shoreline, and people are generally starting to gather in that direction for a reason.
Wander will attempt to gather with them, trying to find out what the elders' last wishes are, and if he's got any, I guess, unfinished business.
Okay, so yeah, Wander, as you go over to the side, Gessa, who's actually just like finished and just like kind of like gone over onto his side, is like leaning on, like propped up on one elbow, much like Koa was before, but more out of necessity rather than attitude. And he's kind of just propped himself up, and he's just like,
Yes, a fine feat. Thank you all. If any of you are around when my little ones come back, as I'm sure they shall someday, you can let them know that Old Man Gesser got to meet the 5 before he popped his shell.
Wander is writing notes.
Koa leans over to Shadov. Please tell me we're not gonna see him pop out of the shell.
Kidash, you can assure their fears there. That does not happen. It's just a total turn of phrase.
Yeah, just a figure of total humor.
Okay, but like humor as in he's going to pop out of his shell, or humor as in like this is a turn of phrase?
It's a turn of phrase.
Oh, good. Okay.
Okay. And Wonder, Gessa looks up at you, like blearily eyed. It's like kind of almost like kind of milky kind of film over his eyes there. Creative, thank you. And oh no, sorry, an anonymous person. Thank you very much. Secret anonymous things in chat. And as they peer up at you, they're like,
Well, it's always good to try new things. visit new places. Kidash, you've done well. Traveling so far and taking the time to call by and maybe send Omgar on his way, much as I am about to go on mine. Wonder, wasn't it?
Yes.
How do your folk do this?
Depends on the passing and also the clans. Usually, or well, with ours, your bones are placed at the base of a tree. Gardens are planted over top.
How do you, get at the bones? Put me out for the gulls?
That's certainly one way of harvesting them. Not
It's
typically
all-
my job.
All just a big circle, isn't it?
That it is.
I've taken of the jungle. Let the gulls take of me, and then in due time, ship me out over the jungle, and I can help it grow once more.
You do
No,
not
we're
wish your
gonna
shell
eat
to.
flesh. Shut up.
You do not wish your shell to honor those among the lines of this place.
Oh, I would have my shell on the walls, but my bones. Let us try something new. Come back after you've visited this jungle temple. The others shall prepare.
Very well, your wishes will be seen to.
Yes, you lot. Always time for something new. Even when you've spoken your lot.
He stops and goes quiet. Forever.
Shadow wonders about the propriety of turtle soup as long as we're trying something new.
Highly recommend.
Kadash,
I hope
would
you're doing
your
this
people find?
in the background at a slow volume, I hope.
Definitely whispered.
Good to know. Good to know.
I say a little prayer to Sylvanus and wish him on his way.
Wander does the same.
No smoky.
Waku just looks up at his sickly staff and goes, "No, not this one."
You just hear a faint chuckle. Or was that gulls? You're not sure. From that strange, disturbing adornment at the top. And the other turtles bid you good luck. They ask if you need anything for your journey.
I'm fine, but these guys seem a little overdressed or unweaponized.
Oh, it's okay. I do spell casting.
Yes.
You remember. Good.
You're going to be super sweaty, but you are also godly paladin.
This is correct. I have the armaments of my host, a long sword and a crossbow.
You'll be okay. You too. What about you?
I kind of shake my spear in the direction and pop my head inside my shell a little bit.
Pre-armored.
Okay.
He has a shell, so he
No,
he
I
clamps
got
down on
that.
the shell with his staff. So like you can't go through it.
The other turtles seem to like pick up on that, like you like beating rhythmically on Kadash's shell, and as Gessa's body is put onto kind of like this small, cross weave of branches and driftwood, and slowly carried out, all of them they all have similar spears to Kadash's, and they all start banging it on their shells. Boom, 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 and this rhythmic sound echoes out across the fort of Ahoy Hoy as Gessa takes their last journey.
I didn't mean to start that. Is that a mistake? Did I do something wrong?
It is never a good time when you start an impromptu dance party, but I think this is a death thing. I don't know. We don't have that in my culture.
A celebration of the end of a cycle.
Anyway, there's not any treasure here, so can we go?
Yep, if everyone's okay for stuff. So,
Yeah, Gessa bade us to leave. So
okie doke. Let me get you a picture that we need. Need the map. Da-da-da-da. There. Okay, so I can show you where you are headed precisely. Where are we at? Da-da-da-da. So I find where there's new stuff all hidden away. There it is.
That shrimp.
What was that called?
That shrimp was really good. Really tasty.
Oh yes, much better than the things we had on the ship. That was not good. Very
I've got
salty.
a few crazy crabs before. They're nice and crunchy.
Good recommendation. I will try it.
Have you ever fought a bear?
No.
Okay.
yes.
Oh,
Impressive.
did you kill it?
We don't kill unnecessarily, but it was attacking the village.
Did you kill it?
This particular bear, yes.
You killed a bear.
Hey everyone, there's the map there. If you roll over that, there's a little magnifying glass will come up and you can enlarge it. Enhance. So, sorry stream, my computer's being slow as it's trying to run everything all at once, and it will be enlarged for you too, very shortly. So, up towards the northern end, where it kind of like narrows into that kind of neck of land there, on the west side of that is where Ahoy Hoy is, and the temple is off towards the mountains that you can see rising up above the jungle canopy to the southeast. There it is. Huzzah! Okay.
Yeah, I can see it right there, right to the north of those mountains, right?
Yes, there's like a snakehead thing there.
Oh, we're going there later, of course.
Oh, isn't that where you're going now? That's where the pyramid is.
Oh, the snakeheads are at the pyramid?
Yeah, because they're the marking for the UNT.
Oh man, Walker's gonna be so excited.
Okay, so yes, if you head basically directly, like east southeast, then that'll get you in that direction. So, what kind of marching order do you adopt as you are moving through the jungle?
Boa is leading and cutting trees aside with great axe.
Okay. Who's up next?
I'll be rear guard.
Okay.
Kidash will follow up second in line with and Waku can ride on top if he wants as a lookout.
Excellent. And then, so Wander, you're between Kidash and Shadov?
Yep.
All right.
And Wander will shift forms for a little bit in the thick of the forest to just become like 2 feet shorter.
Okay.
Same form, just shorter.
Okay.
You are shorter.
Yeah, it makes it easier to fit into smaller places for people who are not nearly so giant. Also, to answer the question Koa had asked earlier, Wander would have like tapped on their like pan flute, indicating a tiny little reliquary hanging off of it.
Hi, Janassi, thank you so much. Jungle music. There it is. I wonder what it's going to sound like when it kicks in. That's what it sounds like.
Okay, keep up.
Shadow turns to Wander and asks about the reliquary. Are we close to a burial site of some sort?
Oh no, that's grave dirt from my home.
Very well.
Yeah. Nice little memento.
If I need to roll anything.
I do need you to roll something. Funny you should ask. As we are venturing into the jungles here, we have some rather nice random encounter tables. Let us see if our journey through to the Temple of the Fangs, the Shrine of the Fangs, excuse me. Yeah, Vicky, I was happy to find this one. Let's see if something happens as you're making your way. So, roll me a d20 on those lovely new dice of yours.
A 10.
A 10, okay. And as they are new to D&D, Shadov, can you also roll me a d20, please? I would do that for if it's not related to any of your stats, so I would go on to roll 20. And on roll 20, go to the in the message box on the bottom right of the screen there. If you just put /R D20. And Erigenasi, can you do one too for that very generous gift of all those subs? Thank you so much. If you could do exclamation roll and then a gap and then 20, or exclamation D20, I think, if memory serves right. A 5.
I got a 5
from Shadov. Thank you. This is the tropical jungle on Sirenscape, everyone. And a natural 1 from Air Genasi. Do not worry, folk. You know how it goes. If you've got 'em, let 'em fly. We got a emote for that particular instance. Phoenixes. Cheers, Patch. Now, you head off into the jungle, and you are cutting your way through. There's just, I think, Shadov, I mean, you have experience of this from home. Thank you, Condor. And, is that you, Andy? Is it the same surname as you? Shadov and Koa, you are already accustomed to being here. Shadov, this reminds you of home very much. Waku, Wander, and Kidash, you have not experienced terrain like this before, and you are just struggling to cut your way through. Waku, you almost knocked off the back of Kidash's shell a few times with these low-hanging, thick creepers and things that are hanging down from the canopy above. And you can hear all these various insects and strange little strange little cries of creatures and animals off in the trees somewhere, but all completely out of sight. But you can hear them as this rich wildlife is just fairly cacophonous all around you. Let me switch Roll20 here, actually. Put us into said jungle. Where are we at here? Boop. There we are. So we're making our way through these twisted roots and marshy ground here. But those of you familiar with random encounter tables will know that a rare instance in D&D, low is good. So as you are cutting your way through, making your way to this hidden temple, tucked away, thank you, there we are, cut through those vines, slash, slash, slash. You do not experience any of the rather unfortunate, dangerous side of this island yet. The dice are being kind on this, your first outing into the jungle, clearly. And you manage to arrive towards the mountains, and you start to climb up, and the ground becomes a bit more jagged, broken, more boulders and stones jutting through the thick undergrowth. And you rise slowly up, higher and higher. And after a time, the forest and things starts to die away, and the trees get sparser, and you do make your way into valleys. And one last look back, you can see out to the glistening bay, where you no longer see the ship. The ship has gone off, made its way on towards its destination. But you can just make out the small plumes of smoke and those circular shell-adorned walls of Ahoy Hoy off on the beach as you climb up into the mountains that rise up towards the south side where you're headed. And glimpsing forwards through the mountains, you can see occasional plumes of smoke in that direction too, but much larger as you see further down the towards the interior of this mountain range. There are active volcanoes boiling away, and you can see the sides of the mountains blackened with lava flows and the gases that are given off, just removing all of the vegetation and things from that area of the island. Now, as you're making your way towards this shrine of the Fangs, is there anything you would like to talk about? Any revelations that you had from what you were told in Ahoy Hoy?
Not important, but you know, Waku points down at a huge bug. Goes, I'm glad I'm up here and not next to that huge bug. Thank you. It's like a quarter the size of me.
Koa throws a dagger at it.
Please, this roll to hit. First dice roll with the first dice roll.
Just to mention
Like,
something about
skills.
snakes. Any snake tracks or anything?
Okay, give me a survival check, Kinesh.
Survival.
Now, remember, all of you have
Survival?
inspiration. The way we play it, you have to opt to use it. So you say you want to use your inspiration to roll with advantage.
That's alright. Mine's survival +5.
Can I, being up here on his shoulder, can I aid him?
Absolutely. Yeah, do the assist.
Yeah, I'm going to assist you for that advantage, Kadesh.
Koa, how did that knife throw go?
I rolled an 18.
18. Okay, so yes, Waku, as you say, oh, I'm glad I'm not down near next to that. It's this knife just erupts out of the back of this thing and pins it to this thick root of a tree that was winding across.
Oh,
Snack.
it's a good idea.
Yeah, probably some good protein in there.
On my survival roll, I rolled a 3 +5, which is an 8.
With advantage,
Yeah, have advantage. Yeah.
because I'm assisting you
Oh,
from my
So
from my
two-
lookout.
2d20. Take the higher.
Oh,
I hope it's higher.
I'll roll again then.
Or what
I'm
time
lucky
of day
on the
is it?
second try with a +5, so that's 19.
Excellent. Okay.
on survival.
Um,
Thank you, Aku, and I give him a little high five up top there.
Yes.
okay. Certainly, at the start of your journey, there's almost a bewildering array of animal tracks. Just all kinds of creatures are clearly making their way through this area all the time. Although they're just giving a wide berth to these strange folk that are slashing their way, cutting their way through the jungle here. And that one's shouting in protest. Is it, I liked swinging on that creeper. Oh, it's just dead on the ground now. And you do not see anything immediately, but as you get closer to your destination, you, Kidash, notice something is up with that roll as you start to notice that other forms of animal tracks, certainly the smaller ones, like the more rodent-sized ones and those things, get very far and few between. Few and far between, even. Sorry, excuse me. And you see, and you know that the existence of snakes that has been foretold would definitely create such a absence of smaller beings.
Okay, everyone, I suggest you keep your eye out here. I think there might be snakes in the bushes nearby.
That's a good idea.
Okay. Now, you, Koa, are in the lead, cutting through. Still having to cut your way through here. Even the size of the mountains are fairly overgrown. And as you cut through a massive swathe of foliage at one point, you catch your breath as the foliage falls away and reveals an amazing view on the opposite side as you catch your first glimpse of the Shrine of the Fangs. Here. In a natural basin in the hillsides rising up around, you see a large pyramid-shaped object rising up off the jungle floor, and you see overgrown tiers rising up to a heavily carved and decorated exterior as you see the shrine ahead of you, lying down in the valley floor.
Wow.
Oh, think of all the treasure in there. Oh, that's gonna be so good.
How do you proceed?
Can I roll like a constitution roll to see what Venna is thinking?
Insight?
Okay. 14.
Okay. Venna is curious. You get kind of the idea that they've been quite fascinated by what gods are worshipped on this particular neck of the woods, as it were. And they've prompted you, many times to kind of reach out and see who is being followed and which powers there are. And this is a new experience. You haven't come across any ruins like this before, and you hadn't heard of this Bast that Shadov has spoken of either, or you're not familiar with what gods the Yuan Ti would be following, but there is a general feeling of scorn. And you think back to your homeland where these creatures such as Venna use their powers to subjugate all of those around them, especially with the construction of those mind-controlling Kambalani altars that dots the landscape outside the borders of your lands. Thankfully, Adar is safe, tucked behind even greater mountains than these here on the Snout of Omgar. But your little friend there is derisive of beings that follow gods, being much more used to a hands-on approach with their experiences with the dreaming dark.
So is Venna like itching for murder?
On a daily basis, yes.
but not stronger currently.
Not. It's not. Yeah, they're not being triggered by anything particularly. No.
Cool.
Just curiosity, and probably a certain extent of can we make use of similar belief structures? It's like, how can we turn this to our advantage?
Yep. Okay.
Pyramid marketing.
Absolutely. Now, Koa, Venna has repeatedly urged you to look for a way back. And if you should ever find a gateway, if you should ever find a way back through, be it through the ethereal, through the connection of the various dreamscapes, whatever it was that brought you here, if there is a way back, Venna wants to go. How does Koa feel about that?
Koa will refuse at every step, so long as she has control.
Indeed. Okay. Now, Shadov, as you all come up and stand next to Koa on this outcrop of stone that looks down across this valley that we can see on Roll20 here. Merrin, do you recognize it? This is what Michael has as his backdrop all the time when he's playing a Yuan-Ti. Shadov, as you step up next to Koa and look past their shoulder down into this valley, you very much so recognize the architecture, although you feel almost the bile, of anger rising in the back of your throat as you see it's been heavily defaced and changed to depict other gods. And what was clearly once a temple of Bast is now dedicated to something with less fur and more scales.
So, Shadov is filled with a sense of indignation at these defilers. Can I roll a perception check for nearby signs of
movement or anything around?
Yeah.
Of course, yeah, please.
It says that I have a disadvantage on one though.
Are we in direct sunlight, John?
The Udadrau have that disadvantage. You do not, so you can ignore that. So you roll one dice, but it is still -1.
Okay. That's a 20.
D20. Well, you can just click on it if you want. Do you have the dice roller turned on?
It'll roll both for him because he's got the disadvantage.
Okay, we'll just take the first one. It's okay. Do you have the dice roller turned on, Chase?
The dice roller? Oh.
Yeah. On the
he
D&D
did
sheet?
he did it in roll 20.
Okay, that works.
Okay.
That's fine too. Okay, so you got a 10, so that's down to a 9. I think just your rage is such that you just cannot focus. You cannot, you're just like so angry that this defiling act has been, visited upon this place of worship. This god that you have adopted wholeheartedly since your journeys took you into the path of the others of your order. And Koa, you turn to Shadov as you can see him kind of like boiling up here. He's like you hear a clank of his armor as his muscles tense, and you look over to him, and you see his eyes have gone jet black. And Shadov, you no longer see that jungle scene in front of you. You no longer see the mountains rising up on either side as you find yourself walking down the cool interior of the stone pyramid that you have visited before. But until now, that only happened in dreams. You've never had a waking experience of this. And as before, you follow the stone cut, perfectly chiseled, squared corners, the guttering torches lighting up the interior, and you know what lies ahead as you find the stone corridor opening up into the sloping walls of the interior of the pyramid's main chamber. And there, on a dais raising up, you see on a solid gold throne, peering down at you, the avatar of Bast that sent you to this island. And they slowly smile and languidly raise a hand and gesture you towards the base of the dais. What do you do?
Slowly approach in obvious reverence. Head drawn back, moving with assuredness of purpose.
Okay. The feline form of Bast, the god of vengeance, looks over at you with those glowing eyes, lit from beneath by fire, as they welcome their faithful.
Shadov. Now is your hour. This is why we sent you here. This is our house. Take this place back. Take our temple from those who have defiled it. Return it to me. Return it to us.
It will be done, my lord. Or I'll try.
You had better. Or there shall be no after place for you. You shall not be welcome in our halls. Purge. Avenge. Take back what's ours.
Do I see his eyes go dark? Like,
Yes.
is he moving towards the temple, or is he just
No,
standing
he's
there?
stopped stock still.
Waku has started to investigate and has also made his eyes go the exact same color as. Huh? Huh?
I put my hand on Shadov's shoulder. Hey, friend. Hello.
That contact shakes you out of this reverie. And as you open your eyes, they come back, and Koa, you see the eyes returning to what they were before. Shadov, you see a reptilian face right there in front of you.
Friend.
He's back now.
I would
Eyes go back to normal.
I know rage when I see it. You need to center yourself a little bit, okay? Breathe.
Maybe in my indignation, all I see are the reptile intruders who have defiled my lord's temple and lash out.
So you just gesture towards this pyramid with your sword? Or you lash out at your friends?
Just at the reptilian face before me. Is it off in the distance or something?
It's Waku.
It's Waku.
Oh, shit. So I'm lashing out at Waku.
Okay, with disadvantage because he is so up close and personal. Roll me an attack with your longsword.
Sorry, my dude.
So 2d20, take the lowest, +4. Hey, Jaeger, how you doing?
Wait, did I do that wrong?
Hang on, let me see.
19?
Yeah, take the lowest because it's disadvantage.
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh.
Roll
So
roll
14,
damage.
14, okay, 14.
Yeah, that beats it.
Okay, so yeah, roll the damage roll. So that's a D8 +2. Don't worry, folks, they're not level 1.
Mr. Chris's first, or Mr. Chase's first damage roll is friendly
Yeah.
fire.
Good way to start. So you can roll me a D8, Chase.
Oh, okay.
It's D8
Slash
+2.
R.
Yeah, /R, 1d8.
Alright, I'll be 6.
It's okay, Spinner, we're wrapping up here as well. So yes, so you lash out, and Waku, you yelp. Give me a good cobalt yelp in pain as the longsword of Shadov lashes out in anger and vengeance and cuts you across the side of the arm.
Oh,
Wanda, you see this happen, what do you do?
sorry.
Yes, Charlie, it is.
Tentatively takes just like their staff and just kind of like presses it down just with enough force on Shadov's longsword, like perhaps you shouldn't attack friends
Oh,
trying to cleanse your temple.
we're friends already. Oh, this is good news. Good news. But yes, sorry, maybe too close. Can we hit the other reptiles, not the tiny one?
So is Waku a tiny reptile? Is that his species?
The kobolds, yeah. Cobalt, like two
I
two
did
foot tall.
not know that.
They're like
I'm
2
thinking
foot.
wild kobolds.
I think it's like they're like 2 foot tall dragon-like things.
Did not. I thought all the reptiles were the bad reptiles.
No worries, mate. No worries.
You know,
My bad.
common mistake. Not the first time I've been hit.
I'm so sorry, Waku.
That's okay. Don't do it again, please.
I'll protect you from now on.
Your eyes went all dark and creepy.
Oh yeah, like this. Eyes go dark and creepy.
I received a vision from my lord. to cleanse this temple of reptile infestation. I mistakenly took it out of Waku.
Cleanse the temple. Okay. Is
Last
that
time-
your mission?
Yes, it is my sacred oath. Given to me by Bass just now.
It was a while ago, to be fair. It was enforced just now.
Last time I cleansed the temple, there was lots of treasure. So
Fingers crossed.
In recompense to Waku, you can have my share of whatever treasure.
oh, thank you.
Small price to pray, Waku, yeah. Came out quite well.
I'll be a dragon before I know it.
All right.
Oh, I
And-
will follow you.
Me too. I will help you cleanse the evil in this land and restore the nature of this temple.
Thank you, my friends.
I think. Yes, that's a nice little tableau there as we have the five of you stood up on this raised ridge looking down into the basin that contains the Shrine of the Fangs. And as the birds and creatures hoot and squawk in the hidden depths around you, we, dear friends, are going to step away from the Snout of Omgar for a little while. But do join us again next time as these five new adventurers make their way into the depths of the shrine and try to venge Bast's will, okay, and drive out the unbelievers as they head into this UNT infested temple. A massive thank you to everyone who's joined us today. Lots and lots of people in all the way through. Thank you so much. It's been wonderful to have you all here. And it is always an absolute pleasure to share our stories with you. Yes, as Charlie was asking there, this is the Snout of Omgar, which is the island location in the Total Package, which was a charity bundle put together by Wizards of the Coast a while ago. The locations are all in canon. They're all in this module, but the story is of our own production, if you will, our own thoughts here, and is evolving as we play as well. So do come and stick along and see what you can see as our adventurers make their way around this island and find out what is the true fate that awaits Omgar. Will they go journeying once more, or is it just a bunch of total folk stories? We shall see. Koa, Waku, Shadov, Wonder, and Kidash, thank you so much for joining us today. It's been an absolute pleasure. Janasi, thank you so much generosity today. Thank you for the bits and the subs and everything gifted there. And it has been an absolute joy to have you all here. What have you enjoyed, or what are you looking forward to as we continue into our island retreat here, Koa?
Ooh, I'm so excited to learn more about the backstories of all these characters. Like everyone seems to have their own little thing going on, so I'm very excited to dip into that.
Indeed. And where can people find you when they're not on Phoenix Iwaki?
Ooh, when they're not over here, you can find me on Instagram and Twitter at AJWintersVO, where I do all my creative stuff. Or you can find me over on Roll for Damage, where I stream D&D quite often. I DM on Thursday nights, the Academy of Xander. I'm in a Humblewood campaign on Monday nights. And I will be guesting on a Split the Party stream in late July.
Excellent.
So stay tuned.
and guesting on something which is probably still secret later on with me.
Yes, yes.
On a different
think
channel, which we will be
that's
talking
still
about.
secret.
Yes, I know. I'm not going to say any more than that. Just be excited. Looking forward to that. There are links in chat there for the ones that I need to get the rest of your links. Sorry, that is not a complete list. I need the Instagram
That's
and stuff
alright.
in there as well.
I'm starting a YouTube channel too, so that's
Yay.
the Winter's Tales code.
Nice. Yes, Winter's Tales is the place to be, everybody. Do give AJ a follow as we look forward to seeing what comes out of that. Okay, thank you. Waku.
Yes, of course, Waku is very excited for Treasure,
Waku.
but don't tell the other people. He's quite interested to know about them. That one over there said he was a friend. That's like the second time that's happened. So that should be nice. So let's see.
Excellent. Thank you. Shadow.
I'm excited to see what all these people's abilities are. Like Wander can shrink and grow at will. That's bananas.
Useful with
Waku guy could change the
overhanging
size, like
undergrowth. Undergrowth?
Yeah,
That's
like
what I would go. Vegetation.
I'm excited to see what everybody can do.
Absolutely. Okay, Wanda,
Yeah.
please.
Very excited to just get to explore new setting, new characters. Awesome.
Yay. Thank
Awesome
you.
fun.
And Kidesh.
Kidash is very much looking forward to seeing how we can restore the Turtle Empire. we have like a missed generation, so now how can we rebuild and what needs to be done, and seems to be lots of different temples around to rebuild. So he's looking forward to getting everyone to help rebuild.
Absolutely. Yes. And do not worry, much like Shinto here in this adopted country of ours, any suitably nature resplendent spot can be a shrine to Sylvanas. Okay. So you're just going to have to start tying ropes with paper hanging off it from every impressive tree that you see. And boulder and the like. All right, everyone. Thank you so much. It is a pleasure to have you all here, and I am looking forward to seeing how this all pans out. And if I can make this all come together and we can all make this an interesting thing in just 7 sessions, this is a new experience for me as well. I'm very much looking forward to seeing what will happen with our little journey here into the jungle. And thank you everyone for joining us. Do stick around. We will go raiding on somewhere before we say goodbye. But there are other things to do before we say goodbye as well. Let me first give you a quick rundown of what's happening this week. On Thursday here, Wednesday evening in North America, we'll be down in the Underdark once more as we continue our Out of the Abyss campaign. Then later on Thursday, all across the world, that's Curse of Strahd time. But 3 of our players are unavailable this week. But, he says again, there will be something in that slot. Do keep your eyes open. Let me do a little exclamation socials here. Do keep an eye on our Twitter and the like, as something a little different, Curse of Strahd related, maybe related to a character death last week, is going to be occurring on Thursday. The players are all banned, but you are cordially invited to join us as we have a post-mortem chat with Esmeralda, and we shall see just how we're feeling and have a good chat with what's going on and see what's going to happen in the future there, and talk with Merrin, the wonderful, wonderful player of Esmeralda, about how we're feeling about the campaign. And if you have any chat questions for us as well, we will be relaxed and chatting back and forth for a little while. So if those lovely Roll for Damage people come on raiding on by, as they often so generously do, they will be raiding into something a little different. If we're still going, it might be a bit shorter than normal, so we might not be still going. But
You
we shall
might be
see.
raiding us at that point if
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
short.
Oh, that would be great. Yeah. Okay, it is definitely going to be short. Definitely going to be shorter than that. The Boiling Cold one. There, you can see there's the link there for that. Okay, so yes, do join us for that. Then on Friday, we will be back in Avernus with Waku's alter ego, a bigger draconic figure, as we will be seeing what happens with Firemore's senpai, Ebonmarsh. After having survived the attack from several adult dragons on the Wandering Emporium, what will be happening there? Then, long awaited, do join us on Saturday for our next session of Candlekeep Mysteries. We had to take a month off with players being away and everything, so we have been eagerly awaiting this next session of Candlekeep Mysteries. So happy and so excited to be playing with all those wonderful people again. And that will bring us all the way around to next week, when we'll be back here in the Snout of Omgar's jungles, headed towards that rather fine temple in the background there. A massive thank you once more to everyone, and one of you I get to say thank you to even more so as we close up the entries here. Anyone who isn't in the giveaway and wants to quickly jump in, please do type in !CZRPG for your chance to win encounters in Chult. Sorry, I was in Avernus. That was last time. And you will have... I'm going to leave that a little second there. Do, while you are around here, as we're just giving a chance for people to jump in if they want, !CZRPG for the chance to win there. Do check out our good friends over at Carney Sideshow, another channel of fantastic D&D content for your eyeballs, and check the link below us as well for all of the rolling together team. Lots and lots of wonderful streams in there, and of course active in chat today, the wonderful Patch from Quest Junkies UK. Please give them a follow as well. Wonderful stuff for you to enjoy. You can see me as a player over there on occasion, twice a month, every other week. Right, okay, that is enough time. We had someone jump in. Well done, Creative. Yep, jumped in under the wire there. So, I'm closing up here, going once, going twice. There's a delay, so it doesn't matter if I count it down. And closing entries. Boop. Okay. There it is. The entries are all in. Good luck. So, tonight's copy of Encounters in Chult, the brand new supplement from CZRPG, goes to... Boop. Who's it going to be? Serum 6. Yay! I know that's someone who can put that to good use. A good friend from Roll for Damage. Congratulations, Serum. That is going to be heading your way, and you can enjoy all of the wonderful things to inflict on players, or gift it to a DM of your choice and have them inflicted upon you. And you could enjoy it either way. I will be sending the details for that very shortly. Please have a look at your whispers. Indeed, congrats. Don't worry, everyone. If you missed your chance today, we will be giving away a copy of that wonderful supplement every chance that we get during this little mini campaign of ours. So there are 6 more chances to get your hands on that. So do join us next time to see what happens in this temple, to see what happens with the giveaway, and to meet these lovely people once more. But until then, as I said, stick around for the raid. But until then, like to say around these parts, I can't remember how words work. Oyasuminasai. Bye, everyone.
Oyasumi.
Thank you. A little bye-bye knife.
お疲れ様でした。